everyone, and welcome to Thrive with Nancy, a podcast for executive women intended to untangle any and all career concerns you might bump into along the way to your success. Together, we will generate a career that is fulfilling for you. So roll up your sleeves, because in this podcast, we'll be combating burnout through 3 debilitating constructs that are harming you more than you know. We'll focus on what you can do to turn down your burnout meter. No small topic for sure, with Gallup reporting that 76% of employees experience burnout on the job at least sometimes. But scary, scary drum roll, please. 28% of you say they are burned out very often or always at work. Yikes! This issue is far-reaching. Is it one you have? If you're uncertain, ask yourself some questions Jill Lepore suggested in her American Chronicles article, Burnout, Modern Affliction or Human Condition? I've plucked a few of them for you to answer. Do you seem to be working harder and accomplishing less? Do you tire more easily? Do you often get the blues without apparent reason? Do you forget appointments, deadlines, personal possessions? Have you become increasingly irritable? Have you grown more disappointed in the people around you? Do you see close friends and family members less frequently? Do you suffer physical symptoms like pains, headaches, and lingering colds? Did you say yes to any of the questions? If you did, you're definitely in the throes of burnout. May I be blunt? The answers aren't outside of you, they're inside. You can fix what's broken. Now all you need are a few tricks up your sleeve to make it happen. It's not enough to understand burnout exists. That's only head knowledge. We'll be drilling deeper for habits and behavioral changes leading to genuine contentment and full engagement with your life, which is what your normal mental state is supposed to be. If you believe any differently, or if you're experiencing any differently, it's time to break up any erroneous ideas you may have and generate new thinking to achieve a satisfying life and career. So let's explore 3 damaging constructs to eliminate burnout at its very root. Number 1, a resource construct. It's important to realize there are 2 primary energy renewal resources. One is flexible and shallow and generates quickly with rest or inactivity. This is one we're all typically focusing on. And I have to tell you, this is not an area that should alarm any of you. This level of burnout is like when you use your right arm to the point where your muscles wear out, leaving you without even a twitch remaining. But by simply switching to your left arm, you can continue. Such a break allows relaxation time to restore you and your arm. The other level of burnout is far more concerning. It is your deep, non-renewable vitality reservoir predetermined at both. And it's different for all of us. A vacation doesn't eliminate exhaustion at this level. Once your resource is gone, you're out of the game for a very long time, if not permanently. What's a turnaround action you can take? You have to stop acting as though you have an unlimited capacity to continue doing anything and everything. The reality is that you don't have a storehouse of boundless energy. That's why burnout can be a far more severe issue than you will ever credit. Recognizing this truth is at the root of what we're trying to do. It's life transforming, rather than holding on to any unrealistic narrative you tell yourself that you'll always be able to keep on keeping on, because you won't. Grab hold of the truth of burnout. It's time to take control of your energy. Everything at work can't be a yes. It honestly can't. Or you'll suck yourself dry with pursuits that aren't even critical to your heart and that of your company. Once you've identified the right energy, the right balance for you, so that you have a fulfilling life An immediate reinvention of your professional and personal game plan is a must. Your first step, if you're not doing so already, is to draw boundaries around your most precious resource, your attention. Get serious regarding your plan. What are your top 3 most critical priorities? List them. Designing your personal boundary lines begins with knowing what's significant to you and protecting them with your life, because that's really what it's all about and what you're doing. And once you've created your business boundaries, it's time to bring in those same exercises so you can attack and conquer any issues that are popping up in your personal life. Number 2, a woman's construct. Women are at more risk for burnout than men. You can't afford to poo-poo what you're experiencing. Did you know researchers give credence to the commonly held belief that women experience burnout at higher rates than men? And it isn't because we're the weaker sex. We all know that's not true. As Catalyst declares, it's a silent crisis for women. A woman's to-do list confirms the truth as it's filled to overflowing with work responsibilities and home ones as well. So you have double on your plate, typically. You probably can attest to this yourself as you're falling asleep at night, drained and waking up the same, wondering where your energy is going to come from to hit the next goal. Often you're so busy that you don't recognize the signs that burnout is right there. It's right in your lap. Yes, our business world's demanding 24/7 culture and family urgencies have women stretched as never before. But there's also desire on your part to meet everyone else's need, which increases the burdens to your day. What's a turnaround action you can take? Are you by any chance expanding yourself beyond the borders of your job description? That's something that I coach women to do, but with a caveat that I'm going to address right now. You may even believe that all this extra activity will lead to a higher level of influence in your organization, and yet you're feeling frustrated, and an emotion, by the way, leading to burnout, by the lack of results you've achieved to date. Well, I've got a hint for you. Did you know research by Harvard Business Review demonstrates beyond a shadow of a doubt that women typically take on extra work that scarcely matters to the organization? And it doesn't boost the probability of you receiving a promotion or salary increase. It's time to pay attention to what you're taking on. Begin by asking yourself these questions. Do my extra tasks add to the company's profitability? Are the projects I've taken on crucial for the organization's future? Because if your company doesn't value it, what's your purpose for doing it? Challenge yourself. Is doing this activity worth the cost of my time with family, friends, stretch assignments, and other meaningful endeavors for me? You may even want to ask, are the male executives volunteering for these assignments? Or even staying late to complete this type of work? That offers a significant clue because the same research shows that men aren't making the same mistake as women. They're paying attention to what counts in the business workplace and getting promoted for it. Such an examination of what's important to your company and what's important to you will aid you in knowing what to drop from your to-do list. And along those same lines, through coaching, I've identified that women more often have the tendency to hold on to work well below their work level. So, if you have caught even a glimpse of yourself in holding on, begin delegating these duties to the employees where it will expand their resume in a really good way. Number 3, a boredom construct. I know, a little bit of a shocker there, isn't it? Because this side isn't often addressed, as the busyness side of burnout is more the focus. But you have to know that just as significant a factor to burnout is feeling underutilized by your organization. Think about it. You have all those pent-up energies to tap into your strengths and purpose and go-getter and ready to hit the door running. But everything is seemingly out of your control. No one is giving you those juicy assignments. This lack of job stimulation leads to dissatisfaction and tedium. Inside, you're exasperated. Well, you're probably feeling a little more than exasperated, but you're thinking, I'm working to earn more authority and influence in my organization with less success than I would want for all the hours I'm putting in. What's a turnaround action you can take? I can't help requesting that you re-examine your assumptions regarding your current position. All too often, the women I've coached have given away more decision-making influence than they realize. How do they do that? They do it through asking rather than suggesting, through waiting to be told rather than bringing issues to the table, by accepting rather than negotiating, by diligently following the rules rather than stretching the margins, by taking events personally rather than responding strategically. Almost every woman I've coached had far more power than she realized, and I bet you do too. I wish waving a magic wand of advice for you would eliminate all your pressures at once, but I can't do that for you or anyone. You can, though. What negative construct do you plan to overcome in your career or your personal life, or both? Will you tackle the resource or woman's or boredom constructs? Only your actions can make a difference. Stop allowing yourself to feel as though you're being nibbled to death by ducks while paddling fast and furiously to stay afloat, and instead soar. Just for a moment, please close your eyes and imagine what your life will be like once you master these 3 burnout constructs. Generating turn down the burnout gauge results always rests in the choices you make. My desire for you is that you experience every day filled to capacity with joy, fulfillment, and purpose, and that burnout is not anything more than a distant memory. I hope you got some real fired up juice for conquering this issue of burnout in your life. You're the only one who can truly bring this into being. I'd love for you to check out the Your Strategic Edge program. You can partner with an executive coach, me, who has aided thousands of executive women in unlocking secrets for their career success. Together, we will explore diverse ways to bring possibility into being for you to realize your career dreams without burnout. Check out www.thrivewithnancy.com/executive/. I'd be delighted to support you in kicking off your 2022 into high gear. Remember, no one ever makes it to the top alone. I'm thrilled you've listened to the Thrive with Nancy podcast. My intention is to offer quick tips designed for you to apply right away, ones that will boost your career immediately. I bet you're already considering ways to implement these new ideas. Perfect. Now, if you do me a favor, pass the podcast link on to those who will benefit, your friends and coworkers. Thanks so much.